1080 WUFO. Good afternoon. Man, it feels weird to be in here on a Saturday, you know, but we're here for a good reason, though. Wow, you know, I got to welcome, and Noel
Gourdin. Yep.
Gourdin.
Yep.
Okay, and the thing is, you know something, this particular song, I remember, and what we're listening to is The River, of course. This song here sound to me like this was an experience.
Yeah.
It did not. I just felt that.
Well, it was something that we, myself, Belay Muhammad, all the writers on it, Arama Brown, the female voice on there, and CK. We were all sitting in the studio, and we was just talking about growing up in the South, and a lot of us were from the South, and family from the South, and grew up in the South like myself. But we just started talking about things that we, you know, that were reminiscent and you know, just having a good times growing up and things like that.
Right.
And seeing family that you haven't seen in a while and relatives and things like that. So we just started pulling back from old reminiscent, you know, South stories and things like that. So we just started writing, man, and put something that was, you know, throwback in the record. It has a throwback feel, but at the same time, it's relevant and still, you know, retro enough so people today can get it as well. So yeah, when I came out of the booth, man, I knew we had something special.
Oh, I mean, no doubt. I mean, the thing was the feeling of the song. When I heard it, I never forget when I heard it. I was actually driving down the street, and it was kind of like, what is this, right? I mean, it was just very different. It's just a song, you know. You said this came from an experience, and you know how sometimes you hear songs, and you know sometimes people just throw some words together.
Tell us it's contrived.
Just try, yeah, exactly.
Right.
This didn't feel that way, you know, and the delivery of it didn't come across that way.
Well, it comes from, I mean, it was the music that my pop raised me on. You know, what's up, Pop? Willie T. Raised me on that old soul music, the Johnny Taylors, Tyrone Davis, and you know, Sam Cooke, Marvin Gaye, Jerry Butler, you know, all of that kind of stuff. But you know, that music is in me, so it's like I can't jeopardize the integrity of the type of music that is in me and the music that inspired me to do what I'm doing now. So.
Well, I'll tell you hit it like a Sam Cooke on that one, you know. I
Appreciate it.
The thing is, because I heard you mention your Southern roots. Okay, tell me more about that.
Well, I have a little motto. It's you know, because I'm from Boston, from Brockton, Massachusetts, 20 miles south of Boston. And my family is from Mississippi, from Pachuta, Mississippi. So I like to say I'm city to the heart, but southern to the soul. You know, because it was just I grew up in both areas. So I had that, you know, that city, quick, witty, faster pace of life, and then going down south every summer with the grand folks and all my great aunts and uncles. That more laid back, slower pace, southern hospitality type of feel. So they both you know, correlate into my music and as me as a man as well.
You know something, you're right. You know, going to the South, what it does, at least for me, every time I would go, I lived there myself, and what happens is a different kind of appreciation for life.
It really is. It really is. So and like that soul music for me. Going down south and traveling and you know, like I said, heading down south, that music became synonymous with the South because there were so many artists that were from the South, you know, from the old soul movement. So that music is everything for me.
How do you feel now? Because, you know, and it's because, how old are you, by the way?
29.
29. I was telling him earlier, I said, you look like a teenager.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
So, but, you know, how... And for, you know, to be 29, okay, it almost feels like you would be doing a different type of music. You know what I mean?
I mean, I've heard it so many times. I'm starting to believe it. Well, I've actually started to believe it about 3 years ago that I've had an old soul. I've heard it so many times. But that comes from me just being in my pop's hip pocket. You know, all those years in the past. He appreciated that music, so in turn, while I was with him, he was playing that music. So I just started to have such an appreciation for that music at such an early age. I was memorizing all the records, and you know, my pop would look at me like, this kid's knowing all these records, you know what I mean? And I would know them. I'd start humming the record before it even came on. So it was just something that was instilled in me, and it's still there. And that's the feeling in which I get when somebody tells me, like you said, the river touched you in such a way. That makes me feel good because it's kind of me coming around full circle and making other people feel the way that music made me feel at such a young age.
Exactly. You know something? You remind me of. Well, it's a young artist, Dwayne. Okay, and he's like a woman, in particular. You know, kind of doing the same type of stuff. Have you guys ever met or toured together?
We've done a couple of shows together.
Okay.
Down south.
Down south.
Crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, like Montgomery and.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been together. What's up, Raheem? Talented brother. You know, it's tough in today's music because it just seems like the folks like myself and in my genre get it. It's pretty hard for us.
Right.
It's tough. It's a tough road. There's so much music out there right now that is getting a lot of the leeway and airway play and prestige. But you know, we're sticking in there. We're trying to keep this music alive because it is important. It seems like it's getting pushed out a little bit more every year.
That's, you know something. Here's the thing. Now I know, like when I first got in radio. Okay, before you to get a gold record, okay, I mean not gold, platinum.
Platinum. Yeah.
For your record to be platinum, you had to sell 1 million.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 million. Now they cut it down to like 100,000.
Nah, I mean, yeah, I know what you're saying. It's tough. It's a tough industry. A lot of people have a big misconception about it. It comes down to your team. It comes down to your label believing in you.
Right.
You know, it comes down to a full spectrum of things.
Right.
You know, that have to come together in the right way. So. It's a tough industry, you know. A lot of people. I have some nephews that want to get into the industry, and I tell them, you know, you have to grow some thick skin. It's tough. It's a big misconception. So it's not like you just get signed and everything is thrown to you.
Would you ever consider doing a song like with like a Common or you know what
Absolutely.
I mean, with like a very conscious oriented?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm all for doing features. It's just on these first 2 albums. The first one, After My Time, with Sony, and now Fresh the Definition with the Mass Appeal. I really wanted to make the people fall in love with me. Okay. You know, I didn't want to be riding a lot of coattails and you know and jumping on the back bandwagon of certain artists with bigger names. You know, looking at the way things are going, I wish I had them. No, but things are going. Hey, it's an uphill battle. I know that for all of the artists in my genre, and you know, it's just a testament of music and believing in it. And there is a following. And you know, last time I was here in Buffalo, a lot of people came out, so I get love out here.
You know, so I'm laughing because when you said that, you made not Jaheim, it's the rapper that went out and was on everybody's stuff for a minute.
Ja Rule.
Ja Rule,
yeah.
Right? He was on everybody's stuff, and it's like, okay, where's Ja Rule now?
Yeah, right. Now those records aren't even played, right?
Exactly. It's almost like you saying people looking at you crazy, you know?
Yeah. They be looking at you sideways when you put the wrong person on there.
Exactly.
At the time, the particular time is the right person, but
that's it.
You know, you never know what happens in this industry in a year or so.
I bet you'll never hear him on the 50 Cent record.
I can pretty much bet every dollar I have.
So, you know, tonight you're at the Trough, right?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
It's going to be a great show. It's up close and personal with me. I like to do that anytime I'm up on stage. I like to connect with the crowd. The Trough Music Hall. So I'm hoping people come out and check me out. And there's a couple of talented artists from the area that are getting up on stage. Terrence True Wayne, Tiffany, and Big World. So it's gonna be good, man. The doors open up at 7. You know, the show starts at 8. So it's gonna be a good night to just hang out and you know, possibly get a few drinks and mingle with the folk.
There you go. That's what's happening. You need to be there. Like you say, the doors will open at 7 p.m. And yeah, let's see. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, come on. Thank you. Okay, so the doors will open at 7 p.m. and so you get there early and really just mingle and just have a good time and get ready to be entertained.
Yes,
it's
going to be a good
question. For somebody that's just trying to start out in the business, what would be your recommendations and the steps on how to go about it?
I would say first and foremost, get yourself a good team together. You know, somebody that believes in you, possibly has some connections, knows some people, but a manager first and foremost that believes in you as much as you do, so he can go to bat for you. You know, first and foremost, you don't really have to know anybody, but as long as you guys work together and he shares the vision that you have, that's a great thing. You have to get your music, your catalog together. Do not, I repeat, do not jeopardize the integrity of your music, because if you're trying to do something else other than what's inside you, it's going to sound contrived and fake, and nobody's going to feel it. Your listeners aren't going to feel it if you don't feel it. So get that catalog together and music in which you believe in, as well as your management. So I'd say from there, it's just getting your voice out there, performing in certain places so everybody knows, because you really never know who's going to be in the audience on any given night.
Now, as far as the catalog, explain what a catalog is, because a lot of people, a lot of people don't know what a catalog is.
I mean, in terms of music, getting yourself, if you're a writer, if you need to hire a writer or whatever, there's so many viral ways of getting out to people. You have Facebook now, you have Twitter. There's so many ways that you can get out to folk. And people want to get their music heard just as much as you do. So get a catalog together, and what I mean is it's just get a bunch of music together that you believe in. Get 5 strong records together and get them out. Get them out. Start performing them. If you have to, get it to some of the most influential music folk in your area. And if you can't do it there, then you take a trip. You take a trip to go somewhere. I had to go to New York from Boston. Okay. And we were sleeping in cars, we were sleeping on floors, doing what we had to do to get up in these labels. We had to find a liaison, Rob Carosa in New York at the time, to get a deal, eventually get the deal with Sony that I did in 2005. So it's all about just believing in your music and never stopping. You can't stop, because there's so many people out there. You have to you have to get it, because somebody else is out there getting it.
You know something, I guess on that note, we're going to go ahead and wind it up. Noel Gourdin. Am I saying that right? Gourdin. Yep. Okay. Yep. But we want everybody to be at the Trough tonight. Yes. Pack it out, y'all.
Come on out.
Okay, show this brother some Buffalo love, all right?
Yeah, yeah. You know, it's kind of crazy that Buffalo reminds me of the South. I was just talking with my manager, Joe. I was like, last time I was here, because I was here with Marvin Sapp and a whole bunch of other folk, and you know, it was kind of crazy, man, because it feels like the South out here. I feel right at home.
You know something? You don't know how much you actually hit it on the head.
I feel like Virginia.
Yeah, I mean, most people, honestly, parent-wise here, okay, especially like my generation, most people are either from Alabama, okay, or either Mississippi, okay, and Georgia, Georgia, because now you got the great flock going the other way. They're going back from Buffalo to Georgia.
Yeah, because we saw people hanging out on stoops, out on the porches. I told Joe all we missed was some screen popped up on the porches, man. But I feel right at home, man. So y'all come and check us out tonight at the Trough Music Hall.
I'm sure you can pop up in somebody's house here and get some neck bones or something.
Get some neck bones, some collard greens, you know what I mean?
Collard greens, you know, cornbread, you know, so it's all good.
But y'all go out and check my album. It's out in stores now. Go and pick it up. Also on iTunes. It's called Fresh to Definition. The new single off of the album is called Beautiful, and it's climbing up the charts. So y'all check that out. Fresh to Definition. I won't let you down. Trust me.